Hanama Bay, a little turn.
I do have a question for you. It's
Sure.
Jim again. The movie, The Guardian, did they film any of that here?
Oh, not that I'm aware of. I'll have to Google it. I haven't heard about it, but I mean, there's so many movies filmed on all the islands, so. Did you hear a rumor about that, or?
It just, the caves where the water's going through,
Oh.
they had a rescue where there was some kayakers that got washed into there, and they had to go in and get them.
Oh, okay. This cave down by Hanama, you can actually go in. They'll take you in on a scuba diving adventure. Don't go by yourself into that sea cave. There are sharks in there. It's not a very big cave though. There are some nice ones along the Napali coast on Kauai. During the summer months, they'll take you like kayaking or like on a zodiac tour. One of them has an open ceiling cave, which is really nice. This one you can't go in at all. Next to Coco Head, Coco Crater, there's a trail going up in the middle there, which is very popular, super steep. People use it as a personal stair climber. I mean, they're old railroad ties used to take ammunition to the top during World War II. There's another hike around the rim of the crater, although that one is super challenging. At the base, a couple of parking lots. This one next to us for the blowhole might catch the water shoot up through the lava rocks. Past it got Sandy Beach, popular for bodyboarding and body surfing, but not for beginners. Be careful. We're going to climb back up here as we pass Sandy Beach. Up ahead, a great spot to do some whale watching on the ground. Humpbacks come down from Alaska to Bay. Makapu'u Lighthouse Trail. That one's really easy. It's all paved. They just redid it. They're still working on the top. Get a view of the lighthouse to the front and right in just a moment. The best time for whale watching around Oahu is like February, although they're going to start to trickle in a couple of months. You'll have to excuse me if I make weird turns. The birds out here, they have the right-of-way. Sometimes they like to play chicken with us. Up ahead, a couple of bird sanctuaries. The bigger one is called Rabbit Island, an old tuff cone.
Can you get around the island completely with a car now?
Mostly, like 90%. There's little areas where you can't follow the shoreline, the road ends. Up here by Bellows and also up on the northwest side of the island. There's the lighthouse off your side, Yolanda, the red roof, Makapu'u Point, eastern corner of Oahu. If you saw 51st Dates Drew Barrymore Adam Sandler at a date at the lighthouse, Adam Sandler's character worked on your side, Sylvia and Dean, at Sea Life Park, like a tiny version of Sea World. A few nights out of the week they do the Chief's Luau. If you rewatch the movie, you'll notice Rabbit Island in the background. Alright, Jim, now the house they use is Magna Pi Robin's Nest off your front left. You see that boat just in the water? There's a break wall next to it. That break wall leads into the shoreline there, pointing to the L-shaped light green roof house. And that's it, Robin's Nest. It's the biggest lot out here, 3 acres with all those trees. See a little beige thing on top of the roof, probably a fireplace. I'm not sure if it's still rumor, if it's been confirmed, but last we heard that house was sold to President Obama. Pretty colors here from the shallow sandy bottoms of Waimanalo Bay. parts of Waimanalo, only parts, Hawaiian homestead, which means you have to be part Hawaiian to own a home out here in this particular neighborhood. There are parts of Hawaiian homestead all around the state of Hawaii. This is one of the longest stretch of sandy beaches on Oahu. Alright, so Jim, right here, the road starts to go inland, so you can't follow the shoreline anymore, and it cuts around the base of the ridgeline to the front left. That's called Olamana. And then the road in front of us here, which is on the other side of the ridge, is dead ends at the little neighborhood of Manikai. So this little bit you can't, drive through.
Yeah, I remember that back in the 80s.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. So now we're going to head onshore here at the Old Bellows Air Force Base, one of the sites of the first wave from the Pearl Harbor attack. You can still see the runways. It's a training facility, recreational area, ground and helicopter training out here. Let me talk to Kaneohe Tower. I will get right back with you. Alright, we're on here. Alright, so again, we got the road in front here, it's the 83. And Olamana, also known as Three Peaks, one of the more challenging hikes on Oahu, like rock climbing. They believe that Olamana was the center of this one big Ko'olau volcano.
Now, when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, they came over these ridges, correct?
No, not this ridge here. They came in from the northeast, which we're headed towards once we finish around this area. But I'll point out where they came in from, and then they split off a couple of waves heading down south eastbound, the opposite of what we're kind of flying, hitting Kaneohe, who I'm talking to now, Bellows, one going through the Pali Pass, which I'll show you in a moment, and then another one went around Diamond Head to Pearl Harbor. One went through the Central Valley, hitting Wheeler, which we'll fly through as well, and over, towards Pearl Harbor, and then finally around the northwest side, hitting Dillingham, Kalaeloa, and then Pearl Harbor. A synchronized attack, trying to take down the air defense before the main target, the Navy.
Now, Wheeler Field is where they were able to launch some of the U.S. aircrafts, right? There was only a few that were able to get up, correct?
Exactly, and we're going to fly right over top of Wheeler. A big beach town off your side, Wing. You see how the bay curves, that's Kailua. President Obama will stay there in Kailua during his visits, usually like Christmas, New Year's. Alright, Dave and Sylvia, coming up on your side is the Pali Highway, zigzagging here. They'll take you to the Pali Lookout, which is at the bottom of the V-shaped gap, and that's where they went through that gap towards Pearl Harbor. It gets very breezy up there, but you get really nice views of everything out on this side of the island. Got a quarry down below, one of 3 on this island. This quarry was used in the most recent Godzilla movie, Godzilla, the opening scene where they land the helicopter and they're digging up the area. H3 cuts through the quarry, and it'll take you out to the Kaneohe Marine Corps base, the whole area to the front right. Sometimes very busy with all the military traffic. They have their own airfield, of course that was bombed during the attack. The H3 is a beautiful drive. They actually built it to connect the Marines directly to Pearl Harbor in case there was a second attack.
Now, after the attack, I remember they put a lot of artillery stuff on a lot of the mountains. Do you know how much artillery they were using or trying to use?
I have no clue, but yeah, a lot of the hikes you can do, you'll see those bunkers in the areas where they were trying to, look out. Diamond Head, Makapu'u, along the Ko'olaus here, the west side. In front here, got a little Coconut Island in Kaneohe Bay. Coconut Island is actually famous for Gilligan's Island. They never filmed there. They did like an aerial shot. It's a marine biology facility you can tour around. So there's the H3 tunnel off our left. 3 tunnels going through the Ko'olaus. The H3, the Likelike, and the Pali. A nice close view of Coconut Island or Gilligan's Island down below, front right. 17 people live there full time, the marine biologists and their families. The kids will actually take a boat across to go to school every day. And there's the Kaneohe Marine Corps base off the Yolanda side. You see the runway out there, helicopters and airplanes are parked. And we're going to descend down a bit here. Everyone doing okay on the climbs and descents and all that, everyone? Okay, good. Look at the fun coral reef in Kaneohe Bay. They naturally form like these giant lily pads.